Hon.Musah Abdul-Aziz Ayaba, MP for Mion Constituency from the Northern region. I'm a first-timer in the 8th Parliament. I think from the region, I'm the youngest MP from the Northern region. And I'm just about 35 years old. I have the privilege this morning to talk to Spotlight Awards scheme in my office. And I think I'd just like to share an experience or something that we've been doing. Like I said, I'm a young man. I used to be in the public sector, but I'm now a politician. And I mean, one thing leads to the other. So it just didn't start today. It started a long time ago. But before I joined public service, I was born into the politics because my father was a politician. So I think I got a lot of inspiration from him. That's one. And considering where I'm coming from, it's one of the most deprived constituencies or districts in the country. If you look at where it is located, it is strategically located between the Northern Regional Capital and the second largest town in the region, that is Yendi. So if you look at the location, I mean, it will be expected that a lot of development would have taken place. But if you go there, I mean, distance, you will see them. We are very deprived. So as a young man who schooled from there, grew up from there, I mean, whose everything is there. I mean, if you look at the challenges, I mean, you'll be tempted to try to see how you can find solutions to these problems. Where we are as a country or as people, it is very critical or it is very important that if you want to contribute to making an impact in society, it is good you should be part in the decision making. That is, I mean, trying to serve. And in trying to serve, I mean, just trying to lead. So if you are not in that position, I mean, you may not be able to make that impact in your community. So when I realized that my place was very deprived and somebody who completed UDS, so I consider myself as a development-oriented person. So someone from there, and I have worked with the local government service for the past 10 years. I have worked around, let's say, I've been to Volta region for 7 years. Then from there, I moved to Ashanti region for 2 years. But I have traveled across the country. So anytime you travel across the country and you go home, I mean, you feel very bad. With whatever is happening in our communities, it is good we all get involved to see how we can contribute our quota to making that change. But whilst I was with local government, I also used to have to collaborate with a lot of NGOs to see how I'll be able to get certain developmental challenges resolved in my communities, especially constituencies where you have a lot of farmers. So I used to engage NGOs that were into farming. And I have farmed for a lot of farmers in collaboration with those NGOs. And it has yielded positive results. We have come to a point where, I mean, the youth need to take charge. We all need to participate. We all need to get involved, I mean, so that we'll be able to make that change. The world is evolving. It's not like those days where, I mean, you see only old people or aged in the leadership. No. A lot has changed, and we also need to. And if you look at the system so far, I mean, the system has given a lot of opportunities for the youth to serve their communities, and the youth must embrace this. I mean, we must come out from wherever we are hiding, I mean, to show that interest. And equally, when we show the interest, definitely we'll get a lot of support. I mean, we'll get a lot of guidance from those who have been there before us. And together we can all develop the country, or our little corners wherever we find ourselves. I think the last point I would like to share is speak directly to the youth in Ghana and in the whole world. Like I said earlier on, it is our time. We know we are faced with a lot of challenges. Sometimes you ask somebody, I mean, you see a colleague of yours complaining about issues confronting, I mean, their communities, and you ask him, so why not getting involved? The only thing the person will say is that he or she doesn't have the resources or doesn't have the connections. But I will stand here to say that you don't need much resources or the connections to make a change. I mean, the most important thing is just to express your interest. When you express the interest, whatever that is needed to be done will be done. Thanking Spotlight award scheme for, going through a lot to identify that someone from Mion Constituency is an inspiration to the youth. I'm much grateful, and I also use this opportunity to urge them to continue whatever they are doing. If we get a lot of things like this, it will serve as a motivation for us. But whatever partners they are involved in, I will stand here to appeal that they give them the necessary support so that together we'll be able to make the world a better place.